Nadeshot has made it very clear he's going to touch on this later this week with a more formal video regarding their esports lineups and rosters. But I wanted to mention this to all of you guys very firstly because we've talked about this in the past, that being in comparison to other esports brands, organizations doing very well in the merch and apparel field, and comparing their esports rosters to that of 100 Thieves. It's been a common talking point and a common joke to make fun of 100 Thieves for being a merch company or an apparel company. Just yesterday in Nadeshot's stream as well, in case you guys did miss it, Nadeshot finally at least partially addressed all of these concerns as he was going through Reddit. Apparently a popular post out there talking about 100 Thieves Esports and the disappointment around a few of their rosters. I think in particular you look towards League of Legends, you look towards Valorant as well, which we have talked about. I also want to warn you guys, I already had a video done for tomorrow. I pushed back because of this one about 100 Thieves and their Valorant roster. In case you guys missed it, we already talked about Hiko and those concerns. A lot of people wanting a roster change for their Valorant team. Here is Nadeshot addressing at least some of those concerns out there, and I think making a lot of great points that us as viewers and fans do not understand the amount of money and effort that goes into these rosters, and if they are not successful, it's very easy to blame the organization just for sucking. So here's Nadeshot's lengthy response. I really do encourage you guys to listen to the entire thing, and then we should stay tuned for later this week when a more full announcement is made regarding all of their rosters.
We suck. Hey, JD, GD, I don't disagree with you, bro. I mean, none of our teams are performing particularly well. I mean, I will give credit to 100X and our academy team on our League of Legends program and our main roster, right? We've gone through a lot of iterations of players and lineups. We've got a lot of young guys stepping up in a big way. You know, we just crushed EG on Sunday, and I believe we're going to play them in the first round of playoffs this weekend. And I'm proud of our League of Legends team, right? We've got some veterans in Someday and Cody's son playing well. We've got Ryoma, Poom, and Contracts stepping up big time in the second half of the season. And we've had some good wins. We beat Cloud9, we beat EG. We've had some hiccups here and there, but I don't think people really understand the position that 100 Thieves is in esports, right? Because it's one thing to say that our teams aren't playing well. I agree with that. For the most part, we have not found a ton of success in esports besides our Call of Duty team. Our Call of Duty team played really well when they were underneath our banner. And they won us 2 championships. And we made it to the finals of COD Champs. And we just came up short, second place. We're not going to live in the past, though. We're going to talk about the future, right? Because we signed a new Valorant team. They're not performing. Our CSGO team has shown glimpses of greatness, but haven't rose to the occasion yet in the way that we'd like them to. Our League of Legends team has obviously been very turbulent in the results that we've seen. And what hurts me the most is people on our subreddit think that I don't care, right? I spent a decade competing myself. I hate losing. I fucking hate losing. Like, look at me dead in the eye. You think this hat that I wear every single day, you think everything I do when I wake up in the morning is to help 100 Thieves grow and get better and be the biggest organization in the world one day? You think I enjoy spending all this money on esports and losing? You think that makes me happy? You don't think that I wake up angry every single day, every weekend, or every tournament where we fall short and lose and lose and lose and lose? I mean, there's no way, if you know me and been following me, that you think that I'm happy with that. Not happy with the results, right? But the problem and the issue that I have is when people say that we're not trying to get better or we're not attempting to invest resources and money and time into these programs and these esports titles that we're a part of. I promise you, you are not alone in the frustration that you have with 100 Thieves and esports. And a lot of people like to joke around and say that we're like just a talent agency or an entertainment company. And yeah, those things are really important. Creating content that people watch is really important. There's a lot of esports teams that don't do that well. You need to. We need to. Right? It's the reason why we have a lot of these sponsorships that you see on the side of this screen. And it's the reason why, you know, one day this business will be profitable. But esports is another component that I promise you, the one thing you can say is that you're frustrated with us not winning. But the thing that you can't say, that I won't let it happen, is when you say that we don't care and we're not trying. You guys have no idea the money that we've spent on teams and players. You guys have no idea how much we talk about esports every single day and how much time and energy goes into trying to be a better team. And I'm not happy. And it is frustrating. And it is annoying to lose and come up short. But we're not just gonna roll over and continue to be mediocre. You think John and I and the rest of the leadership team are sitting in on these Monday mornings happy? Fuck no. I'm going to talk about this in greater detail on a video, and I'm going to address each individual esport that we're a part of, and we're going to talk about it more. But I just had to say something at the beginning of this thing. I saw a subreddit post on our 100 Thieves Reddit, and it just been with me all morning.
And I think for me personally, this hits just in a weird way, right? I get the luxury of actually breaking down a lot of esports organizations and rosters and teams out there, and you know, from this side of the desk, I don't really face too much flack for what I do cover. Thankfully for all of you guys, you know, it's an open discussion. You know, talking points out there usually we cover are pretty funny and pretty lighthearted at best. And now when you talk about this, at least personally, when I hear this, again, love to read your guys' comments, what you think about when you see or hear a guy like Nadeshot make these statements. I greatly respect this kind of move because it's been ongoing for months and months and months. I think a lot of us probably failed to probably know what it feels like to be in his shoes and constantly see those comments and be berated for, of course, the actions of the esports side of 100 Thieves. Yes, they do content very well. They have some of the best creators in the space, and they do, you know, merch and apparel, some of the best in the entire game. But it seems like a lot of fans out there only care about the esports side, and they face a lot of backlash for such. When I think about this, the first thing that crosses my mind is comparison of 100 Thieves to G2 and FaZe Clan. At least in my opinion, yes, there are a lot of other companies out there that do a great sort of things when it comes time for merch and apparel. The top three that come to mind for me, even throw a Liquid in there as well. Again, there's so much great merch, it's kind of tough for me to have this point, but I instantly think of 100 Thieves, G2, and FaZe Clan. They are killing the apparel and the merch game, but also, when you compare the esports side, FaZe Clan has some pretty solid rosters, especially, I would say, CSGO and Fortnite pretty prominently, and Call of Duty now especially. They are very dominant. So people aren't very concerned about FaZe Clan and their esports because also their entertainment side of things is really popping off. You look towards G2, some of the best rosters in the entire world, I think prominently of CSGO, League of Legends, of course, and Rocket League. I mean, they have amongst the top teams in the entire world. No one's concerned about G2 esports. And then you fall to 100 Thieves, and you have Fortnite, one of the better lineups in Fortnite, and you have an LCS team. You failed to enter Call of Duty the first season. The Counter-Strike roster is, I wouldn't say struggling. They signed them shortly before the pandemic, and this year hit. So I just wouldn't say in a stellar roster currently in its current state of Counter-Strike. And so I think people really fall to judge them across their rosters. Yes, they do one thing or many things, content and merch and apparel, very well. I think they fail to meet those same expectations for esports rosters, and thus they are the constant target of said attacks. I cannot wait to break down Nadeshot's response and video about this, and I greatly respect someone coming forth because you know him coming out and saying these kind of things is probably only going to bring all the more backlash, because that's the kind of world we live in today. You know, when you bring up these kind of things, you oftentimes kind of face all the more hate because you bring more light and attention to those struggles. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see how 100 Thieves does adjust their roster. Again, they do a lot of things great, at least in my opinion, and we're all open to our own opinion out there. When it comes time for esports organizations and brands, I think all of us probably fail to see how hard it is to do everything in the scene, right? So it's pretty crazy. I really do respect Nadeshot for coming out and addressing this, which he will do further again this week. What do you think about this, guys? Until next time, you know what to do. Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you guys back here sometime soon.